Hi folks, my name is Varun and I am a software engineer at PayPal. So today we will be looking at higher order functions, how we can leverage them and what are they and why they are necessary. So first of all, what are higher order functions? So we know normal functions. Higher order functions simply operate on other functions. What do I mean by that? Uh, I can simply take another function as an argument or simply return a function as an argument in higher order functions. So that is what I meant by operating on other functions. Let's see how can we leverage it. So we all know what filter is. Filter is one of the use case of higher order functions. Let's try to define our own filter. That's how we will understand how they come into play. So let's take an array. Let array of int. Let's take 1 2 3 4 5. Yeah, that should work. And let's define a filter. Filter. Let's give it an array. Let result equal to the array. Let's for loop it for each and every element. Let I equal to 0, I less than array dot length, I plus plus. Okay, and spelling is strong. Now, if something is true, something is true, something is true, then result dot push array I, and then return the result. Now, what is that something? That something is an external function that we will be taking that we can apply as a filter, not only on this array but array of integers, but other array of elements as well. Let's define it as an fn and try to use it here. Fn will take an item that will be the element that we want to filter out, and it will return true or false based on that. Let's use filter. So array of int, let's define our own function to filter out the array item, and if item is greater than 3, then return true. Turn true. Okay. Yeah. Else return false. So this should work. Let me just get the result here. Let result and then console.log the result. Let me try to run it. Yep. So as you can see, an integer of array is getting filtered out. How? We are taking a filter which is taking an array as an input. It takes a function. That function takes an item or element, in this case, as an input. It returns true and false based on that. So this was a very simple use case of what we are trying to achieve. We can so this function uses another function, that is fn, to filter out the array of elements in this case. There's another use case, that is to filter out to return a function. So we can simply return a function. Let's say we can define a switch case which will take any string, and based on that it will return a function that we can further use for our functionality. Now let me just show that as an example. So let me just remove it. I can simply say let basic operators or op, and I can simply do something like this. It will take a string that will be, let's say, op name, and based on that, if op name is equal to, let's say, add, then it should return an addition function. If op name is, let's say, subtract, then it should return a subtraction function that should subtract. We can do an else case as well. It will return null. Null. Now I can simply do console.log basic op. I can give in as add, and I can give 5 6 plus let's say 7. Let's see what this will give us. So let me clear the console. Okay, syntax at the line of input. Yeah, undefined. Okay, it is giving me undefined. Let me just do this. Yep, this is correct. Okay, yep. So it is giving me a function. Okay, just a second. So this gave me a function. Hmm. Oh, okay, yeah. That other, yeah, okay. I think I got the point. Yep. So I wrote a shorthand arrow function notation and with curly brackets. So I need to write return or else I need to remove the curly brackets. Now if I run this, it should give me 13, which is the expected result. Now what if I give it multiplication? It will throw me an error. Reason because it will give us null and we are trying to operate on null. What we can do is we can apply optional chaining. I will be putting a card somewhere here, which where I have explained optional chaining. And with that, what it will do is it will not operate further. If the result is null, it will simply not operate further. So let's try to run it. It is giving me undefined, which is expected because this basic OP is giving me null. That's why. So if I do add, it works fine. So I'll be linking somewhere here regarding optional chaining, regarding this question mark dot operator. You can learn more about it in that video and see how that is being used. So that was for the that was for the higher order function. I think I made a spelling mistake here as well. Higher order functions. There is a topic composition which actually explains how we can combine different functions. So we simply create functions for small functionality and we then use them to uh, uh, as a composite to define a bigger functionality. I'll be linking all the links down in the description below. You all can check them out and learn more about them. Yeah, thanks.